Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Warden. I hope you all are safe. And today I'm going to talk about the live stream that just happened hours ago, and they revealed what's going to happen in the next season, and it really hyped me up, the things that I've seen in the live stream. I'll put the link down in the description to go and watch it if you want the full live stream. And in this video I'm going to talk about the improvements they've done to so many heroes. Actually, that was a lot of improvements. This is a really big update in my opinion. After some seasons, we've seen something fresh, some major updates. Some of them are really small, but they're life-changing, to be honest. Really life-changing. And also I'm going to do another video about the testing grounds. This is only about the improvements for the fights. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And in case you forget, I'm saying it at the first of the video. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. I'm not going to talk a lot about every improvement. You can see the screenshots that I'm going to show you. So yeah, let's just start and have fun. Alright, first of all, I'm going to talk about dodge attacks that they added to 5 heroes: the Highlander, the BP Blackbriar, the Centurion, the Warlord, and the Warmonger. In my opinion, especially Warlord, Warmonger, and Centurion needed them because, like, imagine a BP does a bash. You can't guard break it if you dodge it. You only can watch the guy, as I told you guys before, recover from the whiff, and you just throw a light, and whether it will work or not, they can block it, you know. It's not a real punish. So now you can really punish them. And good to mention that you shouldn't be too trigger happy with this dodge attack, is because the only heavy dodge attack is for Highlander, which makes sense, to be honest. I like that. And others are light, are counted as a light. They deal 14 damage. All of them, it includes the heavy attack on the dodge attack of the Highlander. And yeah, it's risky to do them, and I like it. And all of them are having iframes. They are real dodge attacks, which I really enjoy it. And I told you guys before, if it was a heavy dodge attack, people would just abuse it, but now they need to be careful on what they're going to do. BP really didn't need the dodge attack, but I appreciate it because you could do the bulwark to counter the bashes, but sometimes you can't do the bulwark, especially in the mid of the chains. So yeah, I love that as well. And also it's another thing that they could actually bait BP into do bulwark, go to the bulwark stance and the full stance, and they guard break him. Like, they fake they're going to do a dodge bash, and they just guard break them. Now they have to be careful on, maybe he's going to do a dodge attack, who knows. And yeah, these were for the dodge attacks. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. And yeah, I love every aspect of it, especially the thing that they are counting as a light. Because, for example, Medjay and Gryphon, you can't really guard break them unless you are so early. Just like, for example, Kensei, unless you're so early, you can't really guard break them, and they have a really small window for being guard broken. Like, Warmonger is more legit than the others because you have a high window for guard breaking her. I know it's an unblockable attack, so they've added it because, yeah, it's an unblockable attack. They need to kind of balance it, that yeah, you can guard break it more often. You can be more safe to guard break her, but still, I don't really appreciate the fast dodge attacks that count as a heavy. Okay, I've talked too much. Let's go to the next part. Alright, this video has two parts, the major improvements and the small improvements. Let's talk about small improvements at the first. Before that, I'm just going to tell you guys that I'm just going to talk about them in some little details and some, you know, examples that I've experienced in my own gameplays. Also, this guy just got friendly fired by his friend, and so yeah, the full version of the changes are in the live stream. I've put the link down in the description. Go watch that if you're interested. I'm just going to say some, show some, not showing, just telling some examples and experiences. So let's just start with the first little improvements on the zone attacks. As you can see, the zone attack stamina costs are lower now in, for example, Warden, Warlord, Berserker, Kensei. They used to have 50 stamina damage, I guess, like half of your stamina. I don't know the stamina pool, how much is it? I think it's 100. Like, now it will deal less stamina damage to your stamina bar. For Nushi, Gryphon, and Kyoshi, it's down to 20, and as you can see, all of that. I'm not going to go into more details. Let's go to the next little improvements, which is you can now officially light spam with Warden. Like the second light, not the double side lights, the second light after the first light, you can do another light in another direction. It's 500 milliseconds now, just like the first light, so you can officially do a light spam with Warden. Berserker has more HP because, you know, you should trade with him. He is a trade hero. He has hyper armor, so you trade, so you need more HP to be capable of trading. I like that as well. And for Warlord, if you go for a full stance and then do a undodgeable heavy, it will now deal more AoE attack and also move more forward so you can catch your opponents. I like that as well. Orochi has faster heavy finishers. Also, Hitokiri has lesser stamina cost on the fully charged heavies. Let's go for the major ones. Alright, first of all is Peacekeeper that they've improved. For Peacekeeper, the improvements, as I told you guys, I loved every aspect of these improvements on every hero that they've done. First things first is that after you do that soft feint into a top light dagger that bleeds your opponent, if you whiff it or whatever you landed, you can cancel the recovery with a dodge attack or a dodge, simply a dodge. So just like Orochi, if you whiff a heavy, now you can punish your opponent if they do a dodge attack. I really like that because I've been playing PK, Peacekeeper, and the opponent was just doing the dodge attack, so they could easily avoid all of those mix-ups that I've been doing. So I really appreciate that I can now punish their dodge attack with a deflect or a dodge attack. I love that a lot. They nerfed the stab after a guard break. It used to deal a lot of damage, now it deals less damage. I appreciate that as well because it was so silly. Like, she was doing tons of bleed damage, like, that was crazy, man. Others, you can see the feat that the crossbow, they divided it into the bleeding and the damage. The damage is still the same, but they divided the damage into bleeding and the raw damage. The throws recovery are lesser, so you can actually wall splat your enemy and don't be worried about, oh, am I going to get dash forward heavy in time or not? Because she throws the opponent so far. You can't do a top heavy or a side heavy because you're so far from your opponent. Because you yourself get so far from your opponent after you throw. I don't appreciate just go for the step, guys. Why are you going to do a wall splat? It will maybe do more damage. I don't know. I'd rather do the step. And yeah, and the dash forward heavy, you can now delay it just like Warden. Dash forward heavy, the Valiant Breakthrough, you can now delay that as well. I really appreciate that as well because it's a very good opener that Peacekeeper needs. So many heroes need to close the distance between them and their opponent. So yeah, I'm not going to do so many talks around the improvements. You can already see on the screen. Let's talk about the next improvement, which is the Lawbringer. They've kind of improved the punishing ability of him after the parry, so I really appreciate that as well. Some little tweaks on 4v4 and the like AoE attack that the side heavies and the attacks of Lawbringer has and stuff. So you can already see it. On to the next one, which is Kensei. Now this improvement they added to Kensei really caught my eyes. You can't soft feint your top heavy finisher, which is unblockable, just like Raider, into a guard break, into a fast guard break that'll add more mix-up ability to Kensei. Also, some like forward movement. They added this forward movement to so many heroes. So yeah, I've seen so many heroes just whiff into my face and I could just get a free guard break because they couldn't move forward so good. Like after the rework of Warden, he can move forward very good. So yeah, I like that as well. Let's go to the next hero, and it's Nushi. I like the changes as well because she actually got iframe on the side dodge lights. I've seen so many freaking Nubushis doing the dodge attack with the side dodge attacks with light, and it was literally not a dodge attack. You could still attack them with your attacks. They didn't have any iframe. Now it counts as a real dodge attack. I thank you, Ubisoft, for that. And there are some little tweaks that you can see on the screen. I won't go in details in it. So let's jump into other things. That iframe to the dodge attack really caught my eyes. I wanted to highlight that as much as I can. And here's the fun part. Centurion has a full charge jab just like Warden now. Thank you. Thank you. Finally. It's faster. It tracks better. Just like Warden's fully charged shoulder bash. It's faster. It tracks better than before. And also it has hyper armor faster because it's a faster jab right now. Yeah, thank you, Ubisoft, for that. Also, the moving forward after you charge your heavy, Centurion will jump more towards you. I like that as well because that's a very nice attack that Centurion has, the charged heavy. So yeah. And for the Gladiator, nothing much, to be honest. They've just improved the time that you need to do the counter jab. After a parry, you do a guard break, it will just like stun your enemy. They've increased the window that you will be able to do that. I've seen so many not high skilled players, lower or mid level players just do a guard break after the parry because they mistimed the attack. They wanted to go for a jab, but they mistimed it and they just did a guard break. So, and also the dodge bashes cost less stamina, which makes sense because you get nothing out of it potentially, like no punish for that. You can chain it into so many cool stuffs, but you actually can't punish it. So yeah, that was very small. Let's go to another one. Now the Shaman. The thing that I want to highlight, you see other things. These are some good stuffs. The less stamina cost and no stamina penalty on switching stances. That's good. Like you move backward into doing a heavy, but you do a guard break instead to go for a bash. It used to punish you with some stamina, but now you won't get a stamina penalty for just switching that stance. And the highlight of this show is that the chained side unblockable heavies that used to be so damn slow are now faster. And to be honest, I love that thing because the thing that they said is you can now trade with your opponent if they just smashing on that light button. It used to be interruptible. Like I myself used to interrupt Shaman so many times because I knew he would go for that. I just press a light. I could actually react to it because it was so slow. Now if you just react to it, you will get a very bad trade for that because Shaman's side heavy unblockable deals a lot of damage than a single light compared to a single light. So yeah, that's very appreciated. On to the next one, which is Gryphon. And for Gryphon or Gryphon, whatever it is, you will get hyper armor on the chained heavy much more earlier than before in order to trade with the opponents that do lights and dodge attacks to interrupt you. I really appreciate that. And they did some tweaks on the recovery and the defense window. I mean by defense window, after you whiff an attack, there's a small window that you can't block anything and you're vulnerable to all attacks. That's the defense time, and when the defense time pops up again, you can block and stuff. That's what they changed to Gryphon's move. And the recovery is faster. You can defend and block an attack faster. That's what it means. I don't know if you guys get it because I didn't get it myself. Alright, welcome to the final part of the video, which is Warmonger's improvements. They've added the armor frame at the very early stages of the chained heavy. It used to be so delayed that your opponent could easily just, without any trading, interrupt you. Now they can't. I really appreciate that one. Thank you, Ubisoft, for that, because I used to, on purpose, do a chained heavy and I knew my opponent is going to smash a light button or a dodge attack and I couldn't trade with them. Now I can. Thank you. And another interesting part is your claw actually deals bleeding damage. They divided the damage of the follow-up light on half charge and uncharged claw, and also the charged claw, the follow-up attacks. They divided them into bash and the follow-up attack damage. Like you used to deal 15 damage on a half charged and not charged claw. Now you will deal 8 bleeding damage with only the claw, and the follow-up light will deal 7 damage. That's still 15 damage, but 8 of it goes for the bleeding by the claw. Also, the Follow-up heavy on full charged claw used to deal 27 damage, 28 damage. Now it will deal 20 damage and 8 on the claw. Alright, that was it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching until now. Sorry for a little bit bad voice of mine and some other things. And thank you for watching until now. Thank you for your support. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't until now. And see you guys in the next video. I'm going to cover the testing ground changes that will going to happen soon. See you guys in the next video.